So hi, it's Frances. Right now I'm just doing a video in Zoom. One of the things that I like about doing videos in Zoom is it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy. We're very familiar with using Zoom. So when you just hear recording, it's pretty easy. One thing that I like about Zoom as well is that it allows you to do, once you change your settings, to do closed caption in your videos and also share your screen for pretty much adding any other element that you want to include in your video production. So once you have your screen, you can just pretty much go and open it. So right now, I'm just going to share my PowerPoint presentation. And as you know, once we have a PowerPoint presentation, we just have to navigate through it as we normally do for PowerPoints. As you notice right here, actually, I am on my presentation. One of the things that I do before I do my PowerPoint presentations is I share this PowerPoint as a window rather than a full screen, because that gives me a little bit more control on what to do with PowerPoint presentation. Because if you have it as full screen, as you know, everything else disappears. And here I can navigate through it and I can still see myself in my Zoom call, and I can actually move myself and adjust myself. One of the things that I don't like about this is that, again, the shape of my camera is just pretty much predetermined to a rectangle. And if I haven't changed the settings on my camera since the very beginning or at the settings on my Zoom account, this stays like that forever. So it doesn't give us a lot of room for change. But once you have your PowerPoint presentation or whatever you want to share with your audience, you can just pretty much navigate through your PowerPoint presentation and conclude your video. But still, your audience can see you. And I think that's a great opportunity for your audience to continue maintaining a little bit of interaction with you and with your audience. Challenge here is that your presentation or whatever you're sharing has already had all these elements that you want to include, because Zoom doesn't allow you to use something else. It doesn't allow you to share more than one screen at a time, and it doesn't allow people to share at the same time. But one of the things that you can do is either pause your presentation or stop your presentation as you need. But that's why Zoom is my last resort when I'm creating videos, because as I said, it doesn't give me a lot of flexibility, but it's the basic, and it's I guess the best way that you can start your journey on doing video productions. I hope that you find these resources useful so you can find the one that is the best for you. Thank you. Bye. Hi. So this is my video using screencast-o-matic. Right now, I'm just trying to show you the different options of the video software that I use for creating video. And right now I'm using this one, and I'm so excited to show you this software because I like it. First of all, because it's so affordable. It's $10 per annual subscription. So once you have your subscription, it allows you to do so many things to your videos. It allows you to edit your video. It allows you to include closed caption, and also allows you to upload directly to your social media, YouTube channels, or any other platforms, and obviously allows you to embed it into websites or other types of places. As you can see right now, I'm showing my screen, my big screen. Right now, I am not putting the green screen so that way you can see me transparent, because I want to show you the different options that we have available with this screencast-o-matic. It is a software that you have to download so that way you can have it in your computer. And then once you're registered, you have a profile in your website, and that way you can go and archive your videos, delete your videos, rename them, or reformat them. So initially you can save them as MP4s or any other video format. My big screen also adjusts to small screen. It shrinks. And once you shrink it, you can move it around. Right now, for purposes of this video, I'm going to keep it over here on the top right. This is a PowerPoint presentation that I have prepared. And even though I have it as full screen, I adjusted just to have just a one window dimension rather than the whole full screen, because that gives me a little more control of both things, screencast-o-matic and the PowerPoint presentation. So that's a minor adjustment that you have to do to your PowerPoint settings when you're going to do the full screen. And since this is a PowerPoint presentation, screencast-o-matic, once you hit recording, you can move around into your PowerPoint presentation as it was a normal PowerPoint. You can go, actually, I had mine at the very end, but let's say that this is the beginning of my PowerPoint presentation, and I can navigate it using several things. I can use PowerPoint controls to go up and down or hit the next slide. I can also use my keyboard and go page up or page down. And also, obviously, I can use the mouse. Their screencast-o-matic also has a drawing setting, so you can draw things around. And also, if you notice over here, my settings shows that I am hovering around certain points here, obviously, and I can click to the next. One of the things that I like about screencast-o-matic is once you finish your recording, you can edit it. You can trim the beginning or the end of your production. You can also include closed captions. And most of the time, this allows you to do the closed caption automatically. Or like me, when we have an accent, we actually can edit or retype what the video shows, so you can clarify, or you can, and also you can select the language for the closed caption. So in my case, I usually use Spanish a lot. But once you finish editing your recording, you can download your recording. You can upload it to your profile that is over there in the screencast-o-matic website and archive them over there. But it also allows you to upload this in any other social media platform or YouTube channels or embed it in websites. So there you go, screencast-o-matic. Check it out. Hi, here's my video using vidyard. The reason why I like vidyard a lot is because it allows me to have a big screen and a big camera setting for me at the beginning, and it gives me the opportunity to introduce myself to the audience. So that way I can talk a little bit about what's the topic, what are the things that we're doing today. And then later on, it allows me to shrink my camera and make it a little bit smaller so the audience can still see me throughout the presentation. And also allows me to position the camera in different places throughout this presentation. And I like that because that gives the audience a sense of a conversation rather than of a lecture. Because they can see me, they can read my body language, and they can get excited about this like me. A word of caution that when I'm designing a presentation or something, I try to position my camera where in this, so that way it doesn't block any of the content that I put in that presentation. Vidyard allows us to present pretty much everything, like when we're sharing a screen in Zoom. And actually right now, this is a PowerPoint presentation. So I navigate my PowerPoint presentation as I do in any other setting. I just click either moving forward or backward. I can use the mouse, I can use keyboard keys, or I can do it right here on the screen. So I can transition from one slide to the next. And I can obviously spend some time talking a little bit about these different things. And even to keep things more interested, I can continue moving my camera as it goes. And that, as I said, I find this valuable because it gives the audience an opportunity to see more engagement and find this a little bit more dynamic. Another thing that I like about vidyard is if you have an account with them and you post a video either in your social media or even in YouTube, it allows you to track how many people have viewed your video and gives you a little bit of analytics in terms of if the person that watched your video saw it completely, 100%, or he saw just a few seconds or something like that. And Vidyard also gives you the opportunity to trim the beginning or the end of your video so that way you can clean it up a little bit. It also lets you capture a thumbnail so that way you, let's say that you update this in your YouTube channel, you can see what is going to be the cover page of your video. And also, as I said, it allows you to download the video and also just share a link so you can put that in or embed it in any other platform like your website or somewhere else. So this is how we do bigger videos. Hi, it's Frances. Today I'm just going to show you very briefly how I've been using OBS or virtual camera software to create video productions. One of the things that I like about OBS is that it's free. Another thing that I like about it is that it allows me to incorporate a lot of dynamic elements into my video production. OBS is a free software that is used as a virtual camera. And what that means is that it allows you to transform the camera in your device as a virtual setting where you can add so many other elements. So that helps because I can do live streaming either on Facebook or in other social media platforms. I can also record videos and then upload them into a YouTube channel or any other social media platform. But also I can use this as my camera for a Zoom video call. So right now what I'm doing is basically learning something. That is the thing that I find challenging. There are some times that that they require a lot of technical elements that I'm not really familiar with. So there's a step of learning curve. But one of the things that I realized today is that once you start getting a strong foundation of all the things that you want to put in your video production, the rest is super easy because you just navigate through it, like just clicking with your mouse or just putting presetting. As I did right here, as I use a background, a simple background. You have beautiful backgrounds already in your, your archives of backgrounds of UCR or so many other backgrounds that you use on a daily basis in your Zoom calls. So basically what you do is you just upload that image into your OBS and you can present. Right here, I'm just trying to stay as simple as possible so you can see the different elements. Another thing that I started doing is adding animations into the content. So that way my audience, basically my students, can learn a little bit about what I'm talking about. So for example, right now I'm preparing a video about entrepreneurship, the basic things about entrepreneurship. So I'm starting adding titles or any other elements that I think if I put animations, it gives us a little bit of a sense of a more dynamic and more engaging. And remember, my audience is very sophisticated. They're very familiar with seeing these types of things. Pretty much every single YouTube video has that. So I have actually, as I say, a sophisticated audience that I have to captivate. Another thing that I started discovering is, for example, the countdown. In more, I guess, a lot of activities that I have for my students, they require a time element, like you have to do a PowerPoint, a presentation that lasts 3 minutes, or I only give you 3 minutes to brainstorm about your idea. So adding here a countdown, it allows me to show that to the students so they can still see me. We can still talk about things, but without me interrupting them or me telling them that time's up. So that way it gives the opportunity for people that are learning or they are absorb things in different ways, not only using their auditory senses, but also visually. So that way we can combine different elements here for different learning styles. And that, I think that's very important for our students. So we try to engage all of them at different levels. But because of the technical difficulties with OBS or the learning curve, one of the things that you can just stick to is plain PowerPoint. One of the things that I hear on OBS is that you can just upload your PowerPoint presentation or link your PowerPoint presentation to OBS, and you can just present it as normal. So for us to maintain contents of in a more dynamic setting, you can do all your animations and transitions in your PowerPoint, and you don't have to worry about putting those elements into OBS. You just have to present your PowerPoint presentation. And the only thing that I have to be cognizant at this point is where I position my camera. So the students or my audience can still see me. They can still read my body language and see my expressions rather than just listening to me. And remember here, the intention of my video production is to have a little more engaging and more dynamic and interesting way of delivering these topics to the students. So that way I can still keep them engaged and excited about entrepreneurship topics. So once you have your PowerPoint presentation, you just navigate through it like normally. You just click up and down, and then you just do the all the animations and transitions that you have put in your PowerPoint presentation. And once you conclude that, you can just save your recording. OBS gives you the opportunity to file your recordings in different formats or different settings, and or you can stop your camera when you're finished your presentation. So one of the things that happens is that at least when you're using these virtual cameras for your Zoom calls, is that you don't have to share a screen. Actually, your camera or if your device is your screen, so that way you can still be visible during the conversation in Zoom and have other things in your background, or still be present in the Zoom conversation while presenting other things. And again, remember the intention of doing these types of things is to maintain the audience a little more engaged, and also that you can have more interaction with your audience. Hope that you find this useful. Remember, I'm just showing you other resources to do video productions. Thank you.